So here we are, and we are obviously not belly dancers because we are running early on ReW WhO. This year is like a new early start. Someone's running late, so therefore we go early. So Colette, we have DoN aRRiNgToN.
That's me.
That's you.
Yeah.
And you have a very, very fruitful career going on right now, as you kind of let on a little bit.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm all
Talk
over.
close.
I'm sort of all over the place.
That's
yeah. Okay. Now, actually, I have a musical that I'm doing.
That is so cool.
That I really can't say yet because it's the kind of thing that's in the planning stages and all
I
that.
understand.
But it's sort of exciting because it's like somebody who wrote a major motion picture and
Can
one
you
of
say
my
what that
favorite
is?
plays. I can't.
Okay.
I can't because then that would give it away, wouldn't it?
Oh, it's a play about the movie?
No, but it's a play by somebody that
Once you hear the movie, it's like obvious.
Well, I'll put it on Facebook when it comes up later this month. But anyhow, I hate to be mysterious, but I don't know.
That's okay.
I don't
get
know.
it.
You know,
but it has you writing.
It has me writing.
Now,
yeah.
what inspires you to write a show tune? Because, I have to say, I love show tunes. They're like my favorite thing.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, it depends on
the theme.
Well, it's whatever the script calls for, whatever it requires. I mean, I go from everything from Gilbert and Sullivan to hip hop to
who inspires
heavy
you?
metal to
What are your
punk to
Do you have favorite musical writers?
Well, Sondheim. Sondheim's
Okay.
wonderful. He's so clever
Of
and all that stuff. And Noel Coward and Spike Jones and Tom Lehrer. You know, I love all the crazy ones.
Schwartzaholic, actually.
Oh, you know Steve Schwartz. I'm from La Mama. So, I know all those people, and I know I'm up at ASCAP and all of that sort of thing. But,
So what have you done that got you this? They didn't just find you walking down the street and say, we want you to write our Broadway or musical.
Well,
what have you done?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, tell us.
This is really very funny. I'll tell you. I'm not quite sure what happened, but a couple of months ago, I found myself in a place. I just read Siddhartha. Okay. It was in a crossword puzzle, and I said, I need to read that.
Did you read it before?
I had read it many years before. I thought that was a nice story.
Right.
And so it was the kind of thing that I need to read this.
You're making me think it's time for me to read it again.
It was really because it's this whole spiritual journey and whatever.
Does he go through the desert?
No. He goes into the forest. He
one?
becomes a monk. Well, he becomes a follower of the ascetics and whatever, and then he becomes a very rich man, and he grows fat and tired and whatever. He keeps reinventing himself. So I don't know who this is now that I am, but whoever this is really depends on. I don't know. What you call your muse, your muse, your
revelation,
your super ego, whatever.
Right.
Anyhow, I just sort of trust that still small voice, and it's really wild because Theater for the New City is where I do a lot of my stuff.
Okay, Second Avenue. All right.
Crystal Field has been my mentor. She's gotten me grants and all sorts of things that I never even asked for. The woman is just extraordinary.
Was she like your little angel?
Well, yeah. I mean, I worked over there. I worked with John Vaccaro as a performer. He was Charles Ludlam's partner, and then they split, and so he had his own Playhouse was Ridiculous and whatever, and I was in it, and that's
what
how
did
I got
you do
there.
in it?
I did one thing called La Justice. I played this crazy judge. And,
so you as an actor?
Yeah, as an actor. So I do a lot of acting. I've done a whole lot of things, even in theater and lots of other things I did.
What was the first thing you ever did?
The first thing I ever did.
Yeah.
Julius Caesar in high school.
The first
No, that's not true. No, it was the show in the backyard. I can't remember the name of it.
Okay, but the first one on stage.
All I know is that the explosive blew up and some kid had to go to the... No, he didn't have to go to the hospital. But he did have to go home. He was not happy. But anyhow. No, but anyhow.
Do you remember any of the lines?
Oh no, are you kidding? I can hardly remember yesterday. Anyhow, getting back to this thing. All right. To the the path, whatever it is. All right. So strange things have been happening to me. I mean, things show up,
Yep.
you know, because I'm ready for them.
Yeah.
I'm ready for them to happen. And I've never been like this in my life, and it's the wildest thing because it's like I let the control go. You know, I just follow. Anyhow, so I stopped by TNC to blow a kiss to Crystal and to go to the bathroom, frankly. And I met a guy there, and I said, well, I'm going up to see this play by... And he said, oh, well, it was just down here. And I said, that's curious. So I went up to see this thing, and I can say it was at the Actors Studio. They have a unit up there that they do new plays. And a lovely lady, Patty Bosworth, who wrote the book for that inspired Fur, though it wasn't a great movie, it's a great book, and she's a great writer. She does Vanity Fair. Anyhow, she asked me one day if I wanted to be part of this, and I said, sure. So I see new plays all the time. So I walk in, and they're saying, as the lights go down, this is a play with music, but we don't have any music. And I said, that's interesting. And I'm watching it, and I hear the whole score as I'm watching it. So,
Wow. So it came to
and
you.
again, this is somebody I've respected all my life. I've carried some of his philosophy and his plays with me. It's been anyhow. So I get to talk afterwards about how much I love the play and blah 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 blah. And I said, oh, by the way, you know, my theater mothers are Ellen Stewart at La Mama, who got me my rent-controlled apartment in 1971. God bless her. Anyhow, and La Mama and Crystal Field at Theater for the New City. And I said, and I know you know who that is. And he said, well, yeah, we're doing a reading of this down there in January. I said, oh, that's curious. Anyhow, I went up to them, and to make a long story short.
So that was 1 year ago, January?
No, that was
This
last
January?
month. That was last month, and this is happening.
Okay.
Anyhow, so to make a long story short, I gave them something. I wrote a musical about Porfirio Rubirosa, who was the great Latin lover of the 50s and 60s, who had Zsa Zsa. Poor Zsa Zsa.
Oh, poor Zsa Zsa. Zsa Zsa. And did you hear what her husband did?
No, I shudder to think what the prince did now. What?
Oh my gosh, last week he went to use eye drops and he used glue and he glued his eyes shut.
I'm not surprised.
I
I'm
know,
not surprised.
And that was right before her thing.
Listen,
and then you heard about Zsa Zsa, right?
Listen,
She's in trouble, that Zsa Zsa.
that guy'll do anything. That guy'll do anything. Anna Nicole, anything. Take credit for the baby. Anyhow, but poor Zsa Zsa. No.
Yeah, she's in a mess.
She should have gone to the hospital, because she had this
I just
infection
heard a
or whatever.
leg thing.
Yeah, and she said, no, this may be my last Christmas, and I wanted to stay at home. And so now she's having to have an
amputation.
Anyhow.
She'll still be.
Okay.
She'll have like the fur
this is all
wheelchair.
anyhow. So they're doing a reading at TNC, whatever. So, and I give them this Rubirosa thing. Rubirosa, that's how that came up. And he had Doris Duke, and he went through millions of dollars and crashed in 54 in his Ferrari Pegaso and the Walk of Alone in Paris and died.
Oh,
you
no.
know? Yeah, but he was this great, he was like the prototypical Latin lover in the 50s.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so I wrote a musical, and we did a CD and whatever, and I gave it to the guys, and so it must have been okay. I never heard whether it was okay, but I got a script. So I'm working on it, and now I have the music, and now I'm presenting it to them. That's basically why I can't say anything, because they have to like it first.
Oh, they're going to love it. We're going to come right back
Yeah.
in a minute to talk a little more, because I want to hear more of your exciting life, path, and passion. This is DoN aRRiNgToN. We'll be right back on ReW WhO.